People saying that Orbit might be the #1 team to look at. I don't know, after that last performance, I certainly think that it's at least in the conversation. Hunbats is going to be the choice for Orbit. Team Dignitas now fighting for seeding and standing in the gauntlet. Hinduman and Adonis, why don't we take a look at how this game's going to go?
Very, very big pressure on the boys here.
This is still great prep for them. They're facing one of the top European teams.
Out of fumble.
They don't know this is happening. Cuvo Fred, no blink. He's trying to find Suntouch, but they're going to let Suntouch back. I think they're now baiting Tings. Look at this. Tings is clapping in lane.
Because you saw Funballer doing it back to him as well. Cackleton's down, remember that. The shield will come up, the rollout is good.
What a bait.
He will get away.
I mean, he gets out, but that was such a beautiful bait. I don't know if Funballer started the clapping or Tings did, but Funballer made sure to clap because he had no idea Cuvo Fred was sitting over that corner.
You don't see too many of these mind games coming out from the players in the SPL. You do from supports most of the time. But when it comes to LAN, there's a lot more of these mind games, these claps, these taunts that try and lure the enemy into an uncomfortable position.
It's not even...
And Frosty are going to try and peel Lobster from dealing damage and ults himself in place. Rama in the sky looking for the shots, but not going to find anything as it's Frosty the first one down. Orbit reinitiate, airstrike for Doom, delete Shadow Nightmare.
Ducky going to fall as well. Last hit, Zalia picks it up. This is going to either be a Gold Fury or a Tower Siege right now, and it seems like the tier 1's on Orbit's mind. 4,100 lead now for Orbit, and they're going to be able to start to snowball this.
And now the Gold Fury's getting low, but the boys are here. Snipes coming out.
Oh!
And they pick up Cuvo Fred.
Zalia picked it up again.
And the Gold Fury goes the way of Dignitas.
Dig fighting back into this. Their composition really starting to shine now that they're grouped as 5.
Frosty walking forward here, straight towards Lobster, who gets frozen in place, and then Eagles running and snipes as well. Deleted. Goodbye, Lobster, the sacrificial lamb once more.
That was bad
Freeze
positioning.
again, this time on Trickstank, who has a flop to get away. No snipe available. Actually, it is for Shadow Nightmare, but he's not using it yet.
There it is.
After the flop, maybe the Eagles rally. No, he didn't taste the tip. And now Big Man Tings is going to get Trickstank off that. And they're going to look for Cuvo.
Orbit's just running around like they're not grouped at all. That's 3 times in a row. First it was Funballer getting caught in the mid. Then it was Lobster getting caught near that blue buff. And now Trickstank caught alone deep into his jungle. This is Orbit making individual mistakes more than anything. The best fight they've had against this comp so far has been using that Fear No Evil to disrupt the raw heal.
The worst thing I can see for Dignitas here, if you're a Dignitas fan, is the fact that this game is so much better than Game 1 in every way. And if they could have done this in Game 1...
I think they're regretting not building Sanguine style. Because Orbit hadn't seen it yet. Orbit are the only team who have not seen it yet.
And we've seen teams steal comps before.
Oh, Fire Giant. This is a full commit.
I was so confused.
Orbit's going to get it, but they need to back out.
That all about?
This is the biggest weakness of Dignitas' comp. They have...
Very interesting little play there coming out, because I think even Dignitas fell for that too. Like, what are you doing, Cuvo? What are you doing? Why'd you Fear No Evil? That was really weird.
That's twice now.
Did they get fired then? Oh yeah, they did. Damn. Well, actually, just used by Fumble and a sprint used by Orbit too. Zalia's going in on the horse, looking straight towards the back line as Frosty looking to peel the front. In the sky is Suntouch looking for snipes as Cuvo Fred gets a good Fear No Evil off, but Frosty's still alive.
He needs the raw heal.
Bought him a moment.
Not enough. There's going to be the first pick of that fight, and now Orbit are pushing forward. They're not playing around the raw heals at all. Airstrike up the side. Ducky's going to be isolated. A 1v1 going on as Suntouch is surrounded by 4 on the other side, trying to fight in the raw heal. It's not going to be enough, though, and Orbit just walked through.
And the Fire Giant still on 4 members of Orbit here as they head to the Phoenix. They'll get this left one for free. They've still got tier 2 towers and a tier 1 on the right, but it looks like they're going for the win.
I think this is almost needed from them. They don't feel like they can fight into Dignitas when they play their comp right, so instead they let Dignitas make a mistake, and now they're pushing it. Big crits coming out from Funballer. Shadow Nightmare trying to reset, but the Titan's going to be shredded, and Orbit going to come up with the sweep after Dignitas looked like they were going to have that game 2, just not able to close out. All it came down to was one single fight on the left-hand side.
Big important win for Orbit, though. Obviously, they get the 2-0, which gives them the 3 points and puts them back at the top of the standings, I believe, as well, before they go into this game against Sanguine. It is Trickstank alongside me. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, we're finally secured for regionals now, so pressure off.
Dignitas kind of did you a favor in that last game, I guess, because they ran a similar comp to what Sanguine do, right?
Yeah.
And how did you feel against that composition?
I mean, it was. I don't think they can execute it as well as Sanguine does it. Obviously, we got that sneaky Fire Giant, and I think that has something to do with the fact that they haven't practiced the combo. They don't know how to work properly around it as Sanguine does. So we're not that scared for Dig doing it, but Sanguine we might be.